What's up, guys? How you doing today? You rocking out with the one and only PhillyDom. I'm out here in Salvador, Bahia, Brazil, and we're gonna have Master Wayne come on today on a live and talk about financial freedom. And he's gonna talk about what he can do to help you with that. Far as working with opening your own store on Amazon. So let me give you guys a couple minutes and let you guys come on, and then we'll put Master Wayne. Matter of fact, we'll just put Master Wayne, and I see people coming in now. There you go, Master Wayne. There you go.
All right, sharing my screen. Move this over. What, creating the feedback? Um, I don't know. I don't see. Stop screen. Let me stop sharing for a second and see, double check, make sure I don't have. Okay. Yeah, I just stopped sharing the screen. And let me make sure I get this open in another window.
Once you start, I'll put that down the line.
Okay.
We just got a little technical problem we're working on right now, guys.
Okay, yeah, now I definitely only have one stream open this time.
Okay. So it's a workout today. Ready?
Yeah, let me go ahead and start sharing. Let's see, present. And share my screen. And there we go. I gotta move this over. Hold on. And share. Okay. And now where'd that go? Is this it? FBA. Man, now I've lost the presentation. Let me open it back up. There we go. StreamYard. Here it is. And let's bring it over here. And let's maximize it. Okay. Okay, I'm ready. All right. What's up, guys? Master Wayne is in the building. Most of you are already familiar with me. You know, me and PhillyDom have now been in Brazil hanging out for almost a solid month now. He was already here for about 6 months. We met a year and a half ago in the Dominican Republic in Sosua. And I told him, you know, what I did for a living. And it was just a perfect fit for his YouTube channel and bringing knowledge to his subscribers. So 10 years ago, I got involved with Amazon as a business model. And it has allowed me to become a self-made millionaire. And ever since 2015, I've been traveling the world, living my best life. So I'm an original OG passport bro. And I've been to 16 countries, 3 continents, and 41 states. And I'm just getting started. There's a lot, it's a big world out there, and I have a lot of world to see and a lot of living to do. So PhillyDom, you know, waited for me to get here to Brazil. So I left the Dominican Republic on March the 15th. And I landed here in Brazil March the 16th. So we hooked up. We hung out in Rio for about 10 days. And I couldn't really find the accommodations that I wanted in Rio. So I was like, yo, let's jump on a plane and let's go to Salvador Bahia. And that's what we did. And that's where we are now. So we've been hanging out tough, going to all the little spots, learning our way around, talking to people. And man, it's just been a good time. I mean, you know, I've now mentored over 88 people how to become a successful Amazon seller. So I'm here to spread that knowledge to you tonight. And what you're going to see is total and full transparency. I'm going to show you how much money I make per month. I'm going to show you my bank statements. I'm going to show you me at an ATM machine. I'm going to show you inside of my bank account, the whole nine, so you can see I'm 100% legit. Everybody knows what I do. This is all I do. I don't do anything else. And when you think about it, you know, Amazon is a household name right now. So when I started selling on Amazon 10 years ago, you know, most people weren't even shopping on Amazon back then. But now you'd be hard pressed to find someone who has never shopped on Amazon before or doesn't know anyone who does. You have to literally be in a remote third world country where you probably don't even have internet. So, of course, you know, whenever, you know, you're dealing with somebody like me, you know, that you're meeting for the first time and you're seeing an online present, you know, if the tables were switched, one of the first things that I would say, okay, well, how much money have you made? You know, how are you doing? And 2, you know, how are your mentees doing? Are they making money? You know, because in order to be a boss, you have to be able to create other bosses. And so I'm going to show you all that. I'm going to show you testimonials from some of my top students, show you how much money they're making, and sky's the limit from there. And then I'm going to take your questions. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, first question, is this a scam? And the answer is no, this is not a scam. This is Amazon. This is the largest retailer on the planet. So I'm not just talking about something in which you know nothing about. Everybody knows what Amazon is and what they do. And so all you need to pair with that is just a little knowledge about how Amazon actually got to where they are today. And they got there by selling books. So when the internet sort of started to gain its foothold in our society around 2004, it did things like create Facebook, and it also did other things like create online universities. And that, of course, put a lot of brick and mortar universities out of business. And that left a surplus of academic books just laying around that weren't being used. So Amazon got smart and it was like, okay, send all those surplus books into us. We'll put them up on our marketplace, Amazon.com, sell them, and then we'll give you the profit after the book is sold. And so that's how Amazon got started selling books. So, that's the whole premise behind what Amazon does. And then they did that for years. And then they got even smarter. And Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, said, you know what? If we could sell books, we could probably also sell virtually everything else. And that's exactly what they did. And that's what Amazon is known for today. So essentially, most people just know how to go to the Amazon.com website, pick out a product that they want, add the cart, buy now, and then next thing you know, that product arrives at your door, Amazon Prime shipping 2 days later. But what they don't know is how those products make it into Amazon fulfillment centers, and then how they actually get sent to the fulfillment centers. And the answer is third-party sellers like myself, my clients, and pretty soon PhillyDom. So that's how Amazon works. Third-party sellers like myself and my clients are brick and mortar mom and pop stores. We source these products from wholesalers, manufacturers, or retail stores all around the world, ship them into Amazon, and then they go live on Amazon. Amazon spends tens of millions of dollars per day advertising so customers can see those products. So, once you ship your products into Amazon, you don't have to go out and find your own customers. Amazon takes care of that for you. So really all you have to do is send products into Amazon that you bought for a low price and then sell on Amazon for a high price. And then you keep what's left over as your profit. So let me give you a real world example. So back in 2017, I had just returned from Medellin, Colombia, and I started purchasing this product that you see on the screen right now. This is Peter Pan Simply Ground Peanut Butter. And I would go into my local grocery stores in Atlanta called Kroger and Publix and Wayfair, and I would purchase, not Wayfair, but Wayfield, and I would grab all of these peanut butter jars off the shelf. And usually they had about 40 or 50 jars. So I would buy every last jar. And so I would pay $2.86 for them. And normally I would purchase about 40 or 50. So if I purchase 50, then of course that cost me $143. And then I would bring them home. I would box them up. I just put them in the box, and then I would go and log into my Amazon account, print out the shipping label, put one in the box and put one on the box, and then tape it up. And then the next day, I would either have UPS come to my house to pick up the box, or I would just go drop it off at UPS or FedEx. And so within a week, they would arrive at Amazon fulfillment centers and then go live on the Amazon website. And then boom, in about weeks to a couple of days time, I would sell all 50, and my profit would literally be $7.14 every time I sold just one jar. And so I would make $357 profit. All right. So I would earn back my $143. And then I would also make a whopping profit on top of that. So, this is the business model that's right in front of your face. You're literally going into the grocery store several times a week and you're walking up and down the aisles. And just because you're ignorant to this business model, you're literally passing up hundreds of products that fit the same exact criteria that you could purchase, ship into Amazon, and make a killing. You could change your life with this. And ironically enough, almost, I think it's 52% of all Amazon sellers, when they're getting started, they're still able to work a full-time job. So this is something you could do while you're still working your full-time job. And then when you start to make enough money to replace your full-time job, then you can quit and put all of your energy into building your Amazon business. All right, so let me just give you some numbers. Amazon's annual revenue, $514 billion. They have 300 million customers worldwide, and they get 2.7 billion their website every single month. And 66% of consumers start their online search for products on Amazon. Think about that. 66% of all consumers start their research when they're searching for a product on Amazon. So you can see that Amazon already serves more than half the population on this planet. Now, customers buy 7,400 products every single minute of every hour of every day. And so all you have to do is insert yourself into that equation. So, maybe 100, maybe 200, maybe 300 of those 7,400 products that are being sold every minute goes to you. And, you don't need to even sell 100, 200 products a minute. You just need to sell maybe 1 or 2 products a day, and that can be life-changing income for you. All right, so this is the Amazon got started back in 1994 by Jeff Bezos, pretty much in his garage. By 1995, they were launching themselves as an online bookstore. And 1997, Amazon went public. 1998, they started to sell more books and products. And then Amazon Prime was introduced in 2005. 2006, they opened up the fulfillment center to third-party sellers like myself, my clients, and possibly you. All right, and then 2015, they had the first Amazon Prime Day, and then Amazon revenue from third-party sellers exceeded its own for the first time in 2016. So third-party sellers like myself and my clients, and potentially you one day, now have been outselling Amazon on their own platform since 2016. So we are the driving force behind what makes Amazon so powerful, which is why we make so much money in doing so, because now Amazon actually needs us because we're now making up more than 50% of their entire business model. So, and they reward us for that. Now, the pandemic began in 2020, and by 2021, Amazon had a record-breaking year. And after the pandemic, Amazon is going better than ever, stronger than ever. So here's some seller demographics that you should know. So, of course, the largest demographic of sellers are between the ages of 35 and 44. But as you can see, second is 25 to 34. That makes up 28%. And then 45 to 54 makes up 19%. And then you got 8% between the ages of 18 and 24. 55% of all Amazon sellers reside in the United States, followed by United Kingdom, Canada, and then India. 72% of all Amazon sellers are male, 26 are female, and 2% prefer not to say. All right, 40% have a bachelor's or an equivalent, 24% have a master's or equivalent, an associate degree or a high school diploma. So you can see, no, you don't need an associate's degree. No, you don't need a master's. You don't need a bachelor's. All you need is a high school diploma, and you can be successful on Amazon. And of course, 38% still work a full-time job while they're building the Amazon business. All right. And then 39% of all Amazon sellers, they do what I do. They're digital nomads that work remotely and travel anywhere in the world. So this is the upside and the power of having an Amazon business. You're going to be able to cut the chain, cut the cord, move around the planet anywhere you want to go, and your money will follow you wherever you go. So you can leave the United States, you can divorce her and move to Africa, Indonesia, Colombia, Mexico, wherever you want to travel, and the world would be your oyster. All right, so 54% of all Amazon sellers do what's called private label. That's when you have your own product manufactured, you give it a name, you give it a logo, you slap your brand on it, and then you launch it. And if it does well, you can sell it, or you can just keep it, and it is keep on generating you money month after month, residual long-term income. All right, next is wholesale, followed by retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, drop shipping, and then 8% of Amazon sellers actually make handmade items. And 86% do Amazon FBA, and then 37% do fulfillment by merchant. So the difference is, you can see right here in the orange, these are Amazon sellers who ship their products into Amazon fulfillment centers, and the blue, fulfillment by merchants, they actually wait for the product to sell first, and then they ship the product out to the customers themselves, and Amazon doesn't handle those logistics. All right, 83% of all Amazon sellers reside or sell in the United States marketplace, followed by number 2, which is Canada, and number 3, which is the United Kingdom. So I want you to think about this for a second. When you get started selling in the United States, that's where the stiffest competition is. But if you just mosey on over to Canada, then you can reduce your competition by almost 59%. Simple as that. If you want to reduce your competition even lower, no problem. Sell in the United Kingdom, Mexico, Germany, France, Australia, Italy, Spain, and Japan, and there's more. All right, so home and kitchen is the top selling category on Amazon. And the reason being is that every day, excuse me, there are brand new products being produced all over the world that fit that category. So it's one of the fastest growing categories on all of Amazon. Next is beauty and personal care. And that's because women make up 3/4 of the national debt. So they spend the most amount of money. Most corporations, they target specifically nothing but women. Makeup, accessories, all the things they buy to make themselves, look pretty, so that's a whole entire category right there. Now, I've had a couple of clients in the past be like, Wayne, I don't know where to find products. I don't know how to source products. Interesting enough, I tell my clients that, listen, 74% of all the products you buy on Amazon are manufactured in China. So you're never going to have a problem locating the source or finding good products to sell. And then right after that, you got 26 to 33% of all those remaining products being produced right here in the United States. So you'll never be at a loss for finding products to sell. All right, number of products per seller. So the largest group of Amazon sellers that make up 16% of the entire selling base only have between 6 to 10 products. And so those are probably going to be what we call the private label sellers, you know, and they only have between 6 to 10 products, all are private label, they own them all. And so that's their business model. But when we get up in here into, 20 to about 500 products, then this makes up the bulk of Amazon FBA sellers, where you're selling major brands like Disney, Lego, Under Armour, Nike, or just retail brands that you're buying from Walmart or Home Depot and shipping in. So that makes up the largest demographic of sellers. Now, this right here is very important. I need for you to pay attention right here. So when I mentor you and I teach you how to become an Amazon seller, I'm going to be dropping a whole lot of knowledge on you from my 10 years of experience. And one of the things I'm going to emphasize to you is that if you purchase products that are $50 and below and try to sell them, you're going to face the stiffest competition, because that's where all the new sellers are and that's where the herd is. However, if you purchase products that are going to sell for over $51 all the way up, now you can reduce your competition by 91%. So once you start selling products that are over $51, now there's only 9% of Amazon sellers in that sort of price tier. So that's just a pro tip for you. This is just a fraction of the knowledge I'm going to give you to show you how to really crush it. All right, now this graph right here is also interesting. So as you can see, 17% of Amazon sellers make under $500 a month. But if you skip to the next segment of 17% of Amazon sellers, you can see for the same amount of work, they make between $1,000 and $5,000 a month on Amazon. And, that's something that you can write home about, because now that could, either supplement your income or complement your income. And then, as you can see, now we drop down to 12% and then 16% again. So look at that. 16%, 17%, 17%. So that means that the same amount of energy and time that you're putting in to make under $500 or between $1,000 and $5,000, you could be making between $10,000 and $25,000 a month by putting in the same amount of work. All right, and then lifetime sales. So you can see right here, 1% of Amazon sellers, are earning have earned $50 million in a lifetime. And then you got 3% who have earned between 10 million and 50 million. And it just goes on and on and on. Now, why should you even listen to me? Do I know what I'm talking about? Have I made money with Amazon myself? Is this all I do? And the answer is yes, this is all I do. And as you can see right here on the screen, this is a little screenshot of my bank account. So you can see how much money is right there on the ATM screen, was in my savings account and then in my checking account. So as you can see, over 10 years time, I've done very well for myself. And so I'm not just sitting here preaching to the choir, telling you what you should do or what might work. I'm going to teach you nothing but facts, nothing but what works, how to be successful step by step. Hold your hand through the entire process so that you can crush it and change your life financially, change the life of your family, your friends. If you want to travel with an entourage, if you want to be debt free, you want to pay off your house, pay off your cars, pay off your student loans, no problem. I can walk you through how to do that. Now, if that's not good enough, then here's a snapshot of my main Amazon account. And so you can see that's $26,584. But you should be saying, all right, Wayne, I don't want to see any more screenshots. Let's see some video proof. And so no problem. So this is me in my luxury apartment in Santo Domingo. And I'm sitting in my living room and I got my computer on, and you can see I got the 3 monitors set up. I got a little Cohiba right there, 2 remote controls, and my secondary cell phone. I'm on my computer. I just hit the refresh button, and boom, right here on my computer screen, you can see my main Amazon account. I never have my clients reveal the name of the Amazon account because you don't want anybody stealing all your hard work. So that part is blocked out. But you can see 2 days later, my balance went from 26,000 to 32,000. And so every 2 weeks, Amazon will pay you out. And so you can see, I do very well for myself every single month because, it took a while to get to this point, but now this is what I do all day, every day. And this is what I can show you how to do. I just keep it real simple. I'm ex-military. I'm retired from the Army. And I believe in that principle. If you do something right the first time, that will prevent you from having to come back and do it over again. Now, if that's not enough for you, then I bank with Navy Federal Credit Union. They're the largest credit union in the world. And boom, you can see my deposits, $35,000. You could also see right next to that how much money I spent that particular month. So I made $35,000, but I spent $23,000. And then you can see my ending balance, right? And then here's another bank statement. And this time I got paid $32,000 and I spent $27,000. So, the month prior I saved $14,000 that I didn't spend. And then this month I saved $5,400. So growing up, my parents, my mother was a psychiatric nurse. My father was a career Navy man. And he made it all the way up to senior chief before he passed away. But, they gave myself and my brothers and my sister a good middle class upbringing, but they taught us absolutely nothing about debt and credit and how to build the business and make money. They always stress, get a good job, get a good education, and then save money every month. And I always thought that was backwards because, where are you going to get in life by just saving a couple of $100 every single month? So, I had to flip that scenario in my head and teach myself how to start earning more money every single month than I spend. And that way you save automatically by default. So that's what I do. All right. So again, Master Wayne, all right, you're making money, you're doing well, but what about your clients? What are they doing? How much money are they making? Well, let me show you. Here's one of my clients right here. This is Walter. Coincidentally, Walter actually is a truck driver and he delivers some Amazon loads. And so, boom, here he is now making $4,350 every 2 weeks. So he's crushing it. And now he can get up and go on vacation as much as he wants to. Matter of fact, me, him, and a couple of other friends are meeting up in Cartagena in May. So, and Walt, before he became a client of mine, he was kind of pessimistic and skeptical. So Walt purchased a plane ticket, flew to the Dominican Republic where I was at the time in Tusosua to meet me in person, come to my villa, sit down with me side by side in order to verify that this was legit. And I said, Walt, no problem. If you want to do that, buy a plane ticket and come on and I'll meet you. And then I'll invite you out to my villa and I'll sit down with you and show you. And so now you can see Walter is now one of my clients and he's doing very well. All right, here's Mark Metellus. So when Mark became a client of mine, he told me that he and his wife were already selling on Amazon. They were selling books, but they couldn't break more than $1,000 a month. So I said, Mark, no problem. I'll mentor you and I'll make sure that you make 10 times that amount. And so here's a screenshot of Mark giving me an update on his results. And he was bringing in $11,900 a month at this point. And so this is actually a couple of months old, probably like 3-4 months old. So obviously he's doing much better now. I just haven't updated the screenshot. Here's another client of mine. This is Vanessa. I call her Vanessa the Boss Pittman because when she reached out to me, she was like, Wayne, my husband had a major heart attack and he can't work anymore. And so we have limited savings. So now the burden of being the, breadwinner is falling upon me. So I said, no problem, Vanessa. I'll mentor you and get you on your way to success. And this is her sending me a text message saying, hey, I only expected to make 5,000, but I ended up passing that and making 6,000. And so that also gave her the free time that she needed to, fulfill one of her desires and write her book. And so shout out to Vanessa for following her dreams. This is another client of mine. This is Andrea Furlow. And Andrea was very intelligent, very sharp, very astute, good with computers. And within 45 days, she was making $1,200 every 2 weeks. So, she was not playing around. She hit the ground running and she took off like a rocket ship. All right. Back in August of last year, I actually flew to Las Vegas from the Dominican Republic to attend one of my niece's wedding. And while in Las Vegas, one of my clients jumped in her car and drove from Rancho Cucamonga, California, 3 hours north to Las Vegas, just to sit down with me and have dinner with me at Yard House and meet me in person. So that's what you see in this picture, me in Las Vegas at Yard House with one of my clients who wanted to meet me in person for the first time. And it was a real treat because she's all the way in California and I was on the East Coast. We'd never met in person. So it was good for us to actually do that, meet in person. And of course, you can see that when she sent me her screenshot, she was making $5,000 a month. Now, here's two more clients of mine. This is Sheldon and Marsha. And when Marsha shared the screenshot with me, she was making $1,200 every 2 weeks. And so, they were so happy and astute that they purchased 2 plane tickets and came to the Dominican Republic to stay with me for 6 days just to, pick my brain and learn from me and hang out. And we had a fabulous time. So, as you can see, I put so much of my heart and soul into teaching my clients how to be successful and duplicate my success that most of my clients become lifetime friends and family to me. All right, this is Anthony, the Boss Hampton. And Anthony, I remember when he got started, he didn't do anything for 3 months straight. I helped him set up everything correctly, but he didn't do anything until 3 months later. And then it took him about 6 months to go from zero to making $10,000 a month. And again, this is an old screenshot. He's already passed this. He's probably now making like $15,000 a month. And as you can see right here, he also gets cash back a lot on his deals. And that cash back is just icing on the cake. All right, so here's one of my oldest clients. This is Elena. I've known Elena since 2013. We met playing volleyball and we played for many years together. And so we were actually on the volleyball team in 2018 and we made it all the way to the championship and lost. But I had such a good time playing with, that team that I took everybody out for Top Golf. I paid for all the food, all the drinks, all the rounds of golf. And then the next weekend, I took everybody to an escape room. And so afterwards, Elena said, okay, Wayne, I can see you're bossing up and you're balling. So what do you do for a living? So I explained to her what I did. And she was like, okay, I'm willing to pay you to teach me. So she paid my mentor fee. I told her the business. And now you can see when she sent me this screenshot, she was closing in on almost $11,000 a month. So it's life-changing stuff that I'm giving you guys. Now, during the pandemic, when Atlanta went into lockdown, you couldn't leave the house. So I had to find a loophole. The loophole was I started driving for Uber. And that was the only way you could legitimately get out the house while we were on that COVID lockdown thing. And so I live only 9 minutes from the airport. So a lot of my runs would be picking up people from the airport. So I met this young lady. She got into my car and she was like, my God, this is a nice car. She was like, okay, you obviously just don't do Uber. And I was like, you are correct. So I explained to her what I did. And she was like, oh my God, Can you please teach me? I will pay you. So she went ahead and subscribed and became one of my mentees, and boom, I invited her over to the house. I trained her over, 2-3 weeks period. She would always stop at Smoothie King and get us smoothies, and we went to work. She bought a laptop. I broke out my laptop and I trained her right in person in my living room. And so when she sent me the screenshot, she was now at a point where she was bringing home $3,000 to $5,000 every 2 weeks. And so now she's out traveling the world, living in the best life. So shout out to Audrey. All right. And then when I was in the Dominican Republic, I had an open door policy. If you wanted to buy a plane ticket, fly to the Dominican Republic or fly to Brazil and train with me in person, no problem. So shout out to Jay Gustavo, Mike Logan, and Ernest Falks. And I want you to pay attention to Ernest Falks right here on the right, sitting right behind me. And boom, this is the results that Ernest sent me, and he posted in the group, my private WhatsApp group with all my clients a couple of days ago, probably like 3 or 4 days ago. And as you can see, boom, he has $10,000 in sales already. And so Ernest is on his way to crushing it. Now I'm actually teaching him advanced steps like how to go directly to manufacturers and wholesalers and start purchasing in bulk to start making some serious money. All right. And here are 2 good friends of mine in Medellin, Colombia. And as you see on the left is Giordano, making $5,000 a month. And he's from the UK, but he now lives full-time in Canada. In Colombia. And let me tell you, 5,000 in Colombia goes a long way. That's like $15,000, a month in the United States. And here's my first Canadian client. Shout out to Renee Clark. Fantastic. She's going to do well because Canada is just less saturated, less competition. So she's going to do very well. And here's Adam and Ronnie. These are 2 of my clients. Ronnie actually lives all the way in California. So this brother jumps on a plane, flies 5 hours to the East Coast, and then 3 hours to the DR just to hang out with me. This wasn't even about business. There was just these guys being grateful for what I've taught them to help them change their lives financially. So they just wanted to come back and hang out with me and have a good time. Now, another question I get asked all the time, is Amazon saturated? And so the way, I conduct business is I never listen to what other people say. I'm going to go and do my own research, and I'm going to do it by the numbers. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So boom, you can see here, if you missed out on all these other creations of wealth from Google all the way down to NFTs, no problem, because you can now jump on this Amazon bandwagon before it's too late. And by the way, guys, I only have 12 spots left. This is not a game. I've already mentored 88 people. It takes me about 8 hours a day. I work from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. at night, mentoring you guys, putting my heart and soul into this, trying to create at least 10 millionaires under me. So, this is my way of giving back. So if you look right here in red, you can see that Amazon rakes in $638 million a day. $638 million a day. Hey, that's not real far from almost $1 billion a day. Now, is Amazon saturated? So there are 350 million people in the United States. If you gave every single person, man, woman, and child in the United States, $1,000 a day, that would be $30,000 a month. Amazon would still make $288 per day. So is Amazon saturated? Hell to the nah. So stop listening to people telling you you can't make money on Amazon. There's too much competition now. It's oversaturated. Those be the same naysayers that will keep you exactly where you are. So, a lot of people in your life, they're just booster rockets. They're there to help you along your journey to get you up into outer space, but they can't join you on that journey. So those booster rockets fall off and come back down to Earth. And meanwhile, you're headed out to the cosmos to live your best life. Now, this is just some of the places I've traveled to. You know, traveling is what I do. It's my first love. Love motorcycles. I love helicopter tours. I love penthouses or real nice Airbnbs. Skydiving. This right here is called parapente. You're basically attached to a harness. You run off the side of a mountain, and then you and your instructor are literally sailing in the clouds for an hour and a half. Fantastic experience. I love it. All right, this is on top of Tres Cruces Mountain in Medellin, Colombia. This is me at all the season sports franchises games. I was a season ticket holder to all the major sports franchises, the Braves, the Atlanta United, the Falcons, and the Hawks. Boom. Back in the DR, this is one of my ex-Dominican girlfriends. And on this particular day, you know, you can see that big smile on her face because I bought her this motorcycle. I bought myself one too, but it's not in the frame. And so we had this nice villa. It was $3,000 a month. We had a full-time rental car for 30 days at a time. That was $1,200 a month. So, you know, when you change your life financially, you can do things like that. Buying a house, buying a car, or a motorcycle won't be nothing but a choice to you because you have the money to do it. So you're going to be able to live your best life. Before the pandemic, one of my favorite places to travel to was Spa Castle. You can definitely Google that, look it up. This is me celebrating Halloween in Medellin, Colombia, whitewater rafting in Costa Rica, indoor skydiving, learning the mechanics. And then when you travel, you just meet dope people all over the world. Like me and PhillyDom be out, you know, during the weekend, just be out at the mall, meeting people, seeing who knows English or trying to learn more Portuguese, just living our best lives, having a great time. And so this is me at Cartagena, my little penthouse, smoking a cohiba on the balcony, rock climbing, zip lining, Tortumo volcano where they cover you in mud, boom, horseback riding, four-wheelers, exploring Tennessee, Segway tours. All right, when I went to Las Vegas, I had rented this black ZR1 Corvette with the red bucket seats, and I was there for 10 days. So I arrived like 2 days before my family arrived for my niece's wedding, and then my family left, and I stayed for like an additional 2 or 3 days, driving around, you know, getting to know Las Vegas intimately. And I also took a tour of the Grand Canyon, helicopter tour of the Grand Canyon, and it was fabulous. Man, it's on the next level. And here are two of my whips back in the United States. I call them my Michael Jacksons because one is white, the other is black. They're both identical though. Some of the best cars ever. They can parallel park themselves. You can see they got that full panoramic sunroof that actually opens all the way up. It's just phenomenal cars. They can both parallel park themselves, change the interior color lights like 8 different colors, and they're just way ahead of the time. Ride smooth, just fast, fantastic cars. And here's my third whip, the BMW i8 with the gold wing doors. And so, you know, see, I like toys, but I've never really been a flamboyant type, so I didn't go out and get a Lamborghini and a Range or a G-Wagon, none of that. You know, I was just happy with, you know, these cars because I really loved them and they were practical for what I needed them for. And this is me back in Sosua, Dominican Republic. This was sort of like my makeshift office. So you can see here my 3 monitors set up, my Gatorade, and me just getting into work, training clients, talking to people, ordering products for my own business, and staying on top of things. And then here's a little video tour so you can see, you know, how I lived and, you know, what my lifestyle is like. So this is the villa. It's like 4,000 square feet, 2 levels, large. So that's the living room. That's the kitchen and the dining room. So I bought some patio furniture, those little bucket chairs that you see hanging. I bought a hammock. That's a gazebo in the backyard. You got coconut trees in the backyard. You got a massage room. You got papaya trees in the front yard. Every room had a king size bed. It was 3 bedrooms. Every room had air conditioning. And so it was just a dope lifestyle, nice way to live. And now I'm doing the same thing in Salvador Bahia. PhillyDom and I staying in a nice little Airbnb right now where I get out and look for, long-term permanent accommodations for the year. And here I am on an Amazon field trip with other Amazon sellers from the Atlanta, and we're in an Amazon fulfillment center in Tennessee. And there's 4 types of people, right? So let me break this down. The first type of person is a person who's unemployed. So when you're unemployed, you got nothing but time on your hands, but you don't have the resources to travel or the money. Second person is probably the predicament that you're in right now. You have a job, but you don't have any time because you're always working. Now you have resources to travel, but again, you really don't have the time to travel. But you do have money coming in. Next is a self-employed individual where, you're spending all your time running your business. So again, you're strapped for time, but you have the resources to travel and you also have the money. So what I like to do is convert all my clients over to the number 4 type of person, who then becomes an Amazon business owner, where now you have all the time you want. You can have all the resources to travel, and you're making more money than you can spend every single month. So now, you're really just solving your problems and you're bossing up, you're debt free, and you're living your best life. You're traveling. Now, according to Google and the Department of Labor, 90% of all startups fail, and that's just reality, So whether it be brick and mortar or e-commerce online, 90% fail. So this is why I decided to personally mentor people, and my success rate is like 30-35% of my clients succeed, because I, take the opportunity to hold your hand and walk you through it. And Amazon now serves 51% of the planet, so they're not playing any games. And some of you don't know this, but Walmart, Home Depot, Costco, CVS, Target, Lowe's, Walgreens, Kroger, and Best Buy are the 9 largest retailers in the United States. They're worth a little over $1.7 trillion. But what you didn't know is that Amazon is larger than all 9 of those retailers put together at $1.4 trillion. And that allows Amazon to serve customers in 185 countries. And if you Google how many countries there are in the world, there are only 195. So you can see that their reach is far and wide. So Amazon, a business, will give you access to 100 fulfillment centers worldwide and 15 global sorting centers worldwide. And so I'm not going to bore you with what type of products I actually purchase, because that's just going to make this whole presentation run a little bit longer than it needs to. But what I want to show you is, I'm just going to skip through. So after I teach you the premise of how to actually make money with Amazon, I'm going to graduate you. So I'm going to give you a cap and gown, give you a certificate, and I'm going to walk you across the stage, and you're going to graduate. And I'm going to show you how to go from ordering from just retail stores to how to now start ordering wholesale and going directly to the manufacturer. And so this right here, this is when we take the training wheels off your business and let you loose on the world so you can start making some serious money. All right. Now, what we're going to do now is just show you, some of the fastest growing Amazon marketplaces. So as you can see, I'm in Brazil right now with PhillyDom, and Brazil is actually now the fastest growing Amazon marketplace. And it's crazy because when PhillyDom and I go out and we're out at some of the malls, I think we've been in like 3 different malls, and there is not a single solitary retail store empty or available. All the kiosks are maximized. All the retail stores are occupied. There's no vacancies. And I remember when it used to be like this in the United States before Amazon started taking over and building the infrastructure where you could order everything you want. And think of the ease of use. When you go into a brick and mortar store, let's say you're trying to buy a pair of tennis shoes. If you wear a 10 and a half, you're more than, if you don't get there in the first couple of days, they're going to be out of stock. They're not even going to have your size. So of course you were like, man, I really wanted those, but now I got to try to find them someplace else. So for ease of convenience, most people don't even go in the stores no more. They just order straight from online because they know that they'll be able to find their size, and it's just much easier. But as you can see, Turkey is emerging, Japan is emerging, Saudi Arabia and Australia. This is the global business that Amazon actually is. Now, when I get you started, I'm going to set you up with a complete business. That means, one, I'm going to emphasize that you set up an LLC, get yourself your employee identification number from the IRS, get a business license, set up a business bank account, get your reseller's permit, a business address and phone number, and a business website. And then we'll register your business with Dun & Bradstreet. And if you need personal credit repair or you need business trade lines, no problem. I have an expert that will get this done for you. And so what this does is put you in a position where now you could actually start selling major household brand name products like Disney, Under Armour, Mattel, Lego, Nike, Adidas. It just, the list goes on and on. Samsung, Dell, Hewlett Packard, Apple. You can order and sell some of the biggest brands on the planet on Amazon and make a killing. All right, so here's my formula. One, I have a motto: I never, ever, ever guess about success. I either calculate it and I measure it, and that way I know I'm making the right decision. So I'm going to teach you how to do the same thing. So you'll know whether that a product is profitable, what the return on investment is, how many FBA sellers you have to go up against in terms of your competition, and then merchant sellers in terms of your competition. Also, how to see how much inventory your competition has, how to read the BSR, which stands for bestseller ranking, how to know whether or not you're eligible for a product, how to see how many times a product is selling per month. And then I'm also going to teach you how to sell internationally. And then I'm also going to give you the trade secrets. And the trade secrets is the secret sauce. So, you can purchase some YouTube courses and talk to another guru, and they can give you a plan on how to do it, but they're going to give you an outline. And most of them haven't been selling on Amazon for 10 years like I have. So imagine the knowledge that I acquired over those 10 years. And this is what makes me successful and what makes my clients successful, because I'm going to teach you these trade secrets. And that's always the difference. Sort of like if you were to just go to college and you had a great college coach that taught you how to play basketball, as opposed to having Michael Jordan mentor you, then it's two different things. Those are night and day. If you had Michael Jordan mentor you how to play basketball, you're probably going to end up being one of the best basketball players there are in the world. Or having Steph Curry teach you how to shoot a basketball. So, there's levels to this thing. All right, so what we do is real simple. We source products at a low price, have them shipped into Amazon where they sell at a higher price, and then we pocket the difference and we repeat that cycle over and over and over again. And you can do this with an unlimited number of products. All right, so here are pretty much some of the marketplaces outlined in Amazon. And as you can see, the United States is the leading competitor with 2.31 billion estimated traffic per month. And then Canada is a close second with 133 million, followed by Mexico, UK, and it goes on and on. So again, you never have to ask anybody to go to your Amazon store and purchase any of your products, because Amazon is going to give you more customers than you know what to do with for free. All right. And just to reiterate what I said, again, all your Amazon customers will be free. I copied this from a Facebook group that I'm in. And this person basically said that he shared his Amazon store with a close friend, and the friend just stole all his products. And so he did nothing but create unnecessary competition for himself. So that's why, you know, my clients take an oath not to share their Amazon account with no one, because you don't need to. This is not multi-level marketing. This is not a sweepstakes or some type of contest where you got to, hey, can you go to my store and buy my products? Nope, none of that. Keep your Amazon seller account secret. Don't tell anybody. And Amazon is going to give you all the customers you need. All you have to do is ship the products in. And so if you haven't figured this out by yet, this is just digital real estate. This is all this is. Gone are the days where you have to spend $100,000 buying a house, fixing it up, redoing the roof, redoing the plumbing, checking building codes, all that stuff, putting the house up on the market, staging it. That's just one big hassle. It takes me anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes to purchase a product and make a return on investment anywhere from 30% minimum all the way up to 200%. So this is the new digital real estate, guys. And as you know, real estate is dying because of Amazon. They're putting a lot of competitors out of business. So look at these top competitors, all household brand names that we all know and love, and they're closing all of these stores because people are fed up with going into these stores, not being able to find what they want. And then they have to, you know, deal with, I got to go search around for something that I can find. Now, go to Amazon. You can find just about anything nowadays. All right. So now, what's the cost of my mentorship? Let's talk now. So before I tell you the cost of my mentorship, I'm going to show you the cost of my competitors. So here's one of my closest competitors. It's called Automation Alliance. They charge $18,000 to teach you the Amazon business model the way I'm going to teach you. And they're also going to take 50% of your Amazon profits every single month into perpetuity. So you got to pay $18,000 to get it set up, and then they're going to take 50% of everything you make forever. You don't want to do that. Here's another company, and this company name is Amazon Automation. They want to take $15,000 just for you to have an aged Amazon account, and then they want you to have $50,000 to get started ordering products, and they're only going to pay you out 2% of your profit per month, while they keep 98%. So that's highway robbery. It's a ripoff. This is not what you want to do. And here's another way you could go. You can hire a team of virtual assistants to take your Amazon account from zero to hero. But again, when you deal with these type of companies or services, they want 50% of your profits, and that's just too much. That's outlandish. All right. Another option you have is go to Udemy, Udemy, and purchase one of these courses for $120. And what you'll find is, one, you're going to be disappointed. Two, it's all rehashed information, and it's just the outline. They never go in depth to teach you all the things you'll really need to know to be successful. So don't get caught up in this trap. All right, so then there's me. My mentorship, to hold your hand, walk you through the process, is a one-time payment of $2,500. All right, so again, that's just a one-time investment of $2,500, and then I take an equity position in your Amazon account, not 50%, but only 15%. That means you keep 85%, and of course it's in the perpetuity, it's forever, but I'll walk you through all the steps so you won't make any mistakes. You get all your questions answered, and you know that you'll have me on the ground with you. And I already have 7 or 8 clients making over between $10,000 to $15,000 a month, and you could be the next client. I'm going to give you the same level of service of holding your hand, walking you through the whole process through via Zoom, and I want to say, all right, click here, click there, do this, do that, and we're going to go through this every other day until you can do this without me, or you can do the whole process in your head while you're driving to work or in your sleep. Now, if you're a bona fide entrepreneur and you're thinking to yourself, man, all right, Wayne, I could easily pay you that one-time investment of $2,500, but I'm a bona fide entrepreneur and I want to keep 100% of my profits. No problem. I have plan B, which is called the equity buyout. So you pay a one-time investment of $7,500 and boom, you keep 100% of all your Amazon equity, all your Amazon products, and at that point, you're winning. Now, I also, have my payment plans broken down. So here's all my payment plans, and I can just send you over a Stripe link. I also send you over a copy of the contract once you're ready to get started, so you can review it. It's going to be a digital contract with DocuSign, so it's very easy. So you just open up the email, sign the contract via digital signature. You get a copy, I get a copy, and then boom, I'll walk you through the process on a Zoom, how to register to become an Amazon seller, how to format your account, what softwares you'll need to run your business, and boom, you'll be off making money and changing your life financially. And last but not least, again, I'm going to completely set you up with a bona fide business, that LLC, which is a limited liability corporation, EIN number from the IRS, business license, bank account, reseller's permit. And the reason why we do this is so once you got your Amazon business up and operational and you're established, now you can go and start selling household brand name products. Nike, Adidas, Michael Kors, Under Armour, Lego, Mattel, Marvel, Hasbro, you name it. You can get authorization to sell the biggest brands in the world, and you will make a killing. And your monthly expenses to operate a global business, come closer, $377 a month. So let me itemize everything for you. We use a prep and ship center. I've worked out a special deal with the prep and ship center. So it's only a one-time payment of $49. Next up, we're going to need 5 proprietary softwares. The combined total of the softwares and your Amazon seller account, which is $39 a month, will come up to $377 per month. So those will be your monthly expenses along with you ordering products. And so in order to operate a global business and give yourself financial freedom, you're only looking at $377 a month to run your business. All right. Now, of course, you got to pay for products, but you can just purchase one product a day or one product every other day. And if you don't have a large budget, so you can scale up at your own leisure, at your own time, or the rate at which you're comfortable. And so here's a summary. So first thing first, I take you through the application process and set up your Amazon seller account for you. 2, I format your Amazon account so you'll be ready to hit the ground running and you won't make any errors and get yourself in risk of having your account banned. Number 3, register you for all 5 of the softwares you'll need, and then I'll sync them up with your Amazon Seller Central account for you. Number 4, I'll add you to my WhatsApp group, and then all my pre-existing clients will welcome you to the WhatsApp group, and then you can familiarize yourself with all the training and all your Amazon family members at that point. Next up, 5, I'll orientate you to Seller Central, show you everything you'll need to know, how to navigate around, how to check your money, how to check your inventory, how to make changes, or how to learn additional information, all that stuff. Walk you through it. All right, number 6, I'll start training you on how to research and analyze all your products, because this is where the decision making is done. So you'll know whether or not a product is good or whether or not it's bad. Number 7, I'm going to take you through the setup and format your prep and ship spreadsheet for you. So I'm going to submit your name and your email address to the prep and ship company. They're going to send you that one-time invoice of $49 so you can get started with, and they'll send you over the spreadsheet. And that's where you ship all your products to. So again, you'll never have to touch a product unless you actually just want to purchase it for yourself, and that's no problem. All right, number 8, I'm going to show you how to use a repricer, how to back up all your data, and then how to reverse analyze the largest sellers, the most successful sellers on Amazon, so you can cherry pick their best-selling products. And that's some advanced game right there. And number 9, I'm going to show you how to use cashback extensions along with coupons, along with cashback credit cards to save a boatload of money before you even start spending money. And then, of course, last but not least, I'm going to take the training wheels off 90 days from now and introduce you to the wholesale and manufacturing game. All right. And so now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and open things up for questions. And so let's go ahead and start opening up for questions. And I'm going to get all your questions answered for you. Because, you know, whenever you embark on something, you need to ask as many questions as possible. And I know all the answers, so I can answer all your questions. No, I don't see any questions thus far. Oh, hold on. Okay, I see it. Hold on. All right, let's see. Master Wayne, are you selling in these other markets? Yes, sir, Black Chairman. So I'm selling in 9 different Amazon marketplaces around the world. Also, are you pocketing the money for the software, or are you giving the money to the IP owner? So for the software, they give me an affiliate kickback, but you know, I spent 3.5 years testing out hundreds of softwares just to find the right mixture to make this whole process run smoothly. So, you know, the business model and the arbitrage model that I'm going to teach you is something that I invented. And you won't find another seller on the planet that has this same exact system, because I put this together just from my own knowledge base and me just going out, putting in the work. And as you can see, you know, having 8 clients all making between $10,000 and $15,000 a month, and it hasn't even really been a year for most of them, then it's really going to give you a leg up in the game. So this is why my clients have given me the name Master Wayne, because I master everything that I touch. And that's why my 2 favorite idols in life are Bruce Lee and Bruce Wayne, because they did the same thing. They were the masters of their own domain. So I hope that answers your question, Black Chairman. But yeah, I'm selling in 9 different Amazon marketplaces, and I do get an affiliate kickback for the software. And you know, I spent probably 10 times that amount just testing every software there is, from Tactical Arbitrage to Helium 10 to Source Mogul to AMZ Insights. I sampled everything over the years, even leads like FDA leads and stuff like that. So the system that I'm going to give you is going to give you the products to sell, so you don't have to hunt and try to figure out what to sell. It's a full, complete business in a box. All right, next question. All right, alchemistic gold mine. What's the first thing I need to do if I want to get into this? All right, alchemistic gold mine. The first thing you need to do is send me over your full name and your email address. I only have 12 spots left. And so over the coming weeks, those 12 spots are going to get booked up real quick. And then after that, I reach my goal of personally mentoring 100 people. That's what I set out to do. And as you can see, I'm closing in on that number right now. So PhillyDom has put my information into the chat box. And so go ahead and take down my phone number or my email address. Email me or send me a text message via WhatsApp of your full name and your email address, and I'll shoot you over the contract. And then 2 PDFs will also accompany that email. The first PDF is called Getting Started, and it outlines your payment options. You can pay through Stripe, you can pay through PayPal, bank transfer, Cash App, or Zelle. So those are your payment options. The second PDF is called Amazon Registration, and it simply just is an outline and a walkthrough how to prepare yourself for the Amazon registration process in order to get approved as an Amazon seller. So that's pretty much it. That's how you get into this if you want to get started. And again, you know, when I start to mentor you, you'll get ongoing consultations for as long as you need it. And then I can teach you every facet of the business. If you want to do retail arbitrage and go into stores occasionally, no problem. You want to do arbitrage online, I got you. You want to private label your own products, I got you. You want to write a book and get your book published on Amazon, I also got you on that. I just released the Amazon book publishing course, and I already have like 5 or 6 clients who have now published their first book on Amazon. And with the books, once you publish a book on Amazon, you're going to get paid publishing and royalties on those books for the rest of your life. And you'll be able to leave that behind to your kids as generational wealth. All right, so I hope that answers your question, Alchemistic Gold Mind. Next question. Batteries about to go low and die. All right, Mr. Worldwide. I'm at work with my co-workers, Philly. We all tuned in right now, about 7 of us. All right, what's up, Mr. Worldwide? I know y'all enjoyed this good content. You know, PhillyDom, I've had him working on his own book himself. So he's about to drop that this week. We got it over at the designer right now, designing the book cover. But yeah, man, this is how you create financial success for yourself. Amazon is the largest retailer on the planet. You don't even have to think about that. You know, that's just already a fact. That's cemented right now and written in stone and etched in gold. So, you know, this is not child's play. This is legitimate business. We're going to set you up as a legitimate business with an LLC, business license, the whole 9. You know, even if you need credit repair. So once you get your business up and running, you want to get funding for your business. It's a full stop shop. You know, I have this set up. I got a professional credit repair on hold. I got a professional who can give you business advice, help you set up your businesses, everything done by the book. We don't cut any corners. And then after that, I'm going to set up your Amazon business for you. We're going to do a Zoom call. You know, if you want to get started as a whole group, Mr. Worldwide, go ahead and reach out to me. Let me know. We probably can work out a good group rate for everybody to join at one time. And then, you know, I can do the Zoom calls and record them. So if anybody can't make the session, then I can record it and then send it to you all in the email. And so everybody will be able to start their business at the same time and learn simultaneously. Because, you know, if you start as a group, that can definitely be a motivating factor in your success, because then you'll be more apt to be competitive and work together and keep each other accountable for growing your business. And, you know, you guys will probably do very well together. So I'm glad you guys tuned in. PhillyDom is going to post this recording in his YouTube channel so you can go back and watch it. And again, you know, I'm real accessible. I have an international phone number. You can hit me up on WhatsApp or email. 24/7. And, you know, the only time I don't answer is when I'm asleep or when I'm working with the client. And what's up, DANY? All right. And so, yeah, you know, Mr. Worldwide, you guys sound like you need to get started as a whole group. And, you know, we'll work something out with a group discount or a group price for all of you to do that. And DANY, how do I sign up? Real simple. In the comment section, PhillyDom has posted my information. So you can grab my international number, add me to WhatsApp, or just hit me up on my email. And all I need is your full name and your email address. And I'm going to send you over a copy of my contract for you to review. It's through DocuSign. So all you have to do is digitally review it, then sign it. You'll get a copy. I'll get a copy. And then you also get 2 PDFs. The first PDF is going to be called Getting Started. It's going to outline all of your payment options. So Zelle, PayPal, Cash App, wire transfer, or Stripe, for you to choose either which plan you want to get started with. Plan A is a one-time investment of $2,500, comes with unlimited consultation. I also take a 15% equity stake in your Amazon business. If you're a bona fide entrepreneur and you want to keep 100% of all the money you make and you don't want me to have that equity stake in your position, there's also the exclusive VIP plan, which is a one-time investment of $7,500. And under that plan, you keep 100% of everything you make. So that's how you sign up, DANY. That's how you get started. And I've already mentored 88 people. So there are only 12 slots left. After those 12 slots are gone, that's it. The doors are closed. And I'll be back on retirement and permanent vacation, because I've dedicated the last year and a half of my life to working 8 hours a day, mentoring people just so I can give back. Because very few people, once they become a millionaire, very few people come back and they're willing to come down to this level and be like, all right, let me help 100 people go through the same steps that I went through and duplicate my success. Almost nobody does that. So this is what I wanted to do personally, just to give back. All right, Black Chairman, if I purchase the 2,500 tier and I want to sell the business to another person, say a year later, are you entitled to 15% of that deal? If I restart the business again, do I have to pay again? Great question, Black Chairman. You get the salute for the question of the night. So the answer is yes. If you choose Plan A, which is the basic plan of a one-time investment of $2,500, after I take that 15% equity stake in your business, if you decide to sell, I'm surprised you know about that. So a lot of people don't even know that they can do that. But yes, you can sell your Amazon business. That in itself is big business. So let me give you a scenario. Let's say after 1 year, your Amazon business is making $10,000 a month. All right, $10,000 times 12 is $120,000 a year. Right now, let's say you decide to sell your Amazon business, just like you see on Shark Tank. Depending on how your business is structured and how much money you're making and what type of products you're selling, you can get an evaluation of 2 to 3 times that amount. So let's say you get an evaluation of 3 times that amount, because you can get people to bid on purchasing your business. So, you know, some people might bid 2 times the amount or twice the evaluation, but obviously you could get it up to 3 times the evaluation. So that means, boom, you get a nice little fat paycheck for $360,000, all cash, straight to your business. You give me 15% of that, and then the very next day, like Black Chairman is thinking, you go right back in and you set up another Amazon business. But this time, you don't need me in the process. I have nothing to do with your next Amazon business. Now you go back in and you set up a whole nother Amazon business, and you do the same thing with that. Now you got $360,000 in cash sitting in the bank, and boom, within 30 days, you can have another Amazon business fully set up, and operational, making another 10 grand a month because you know exactly what products to purchase, you know what vendors to reach out to. You have the whole structure set up and you'll be fully trained to do that. So great question, Black Chairman. So yeah, so when you restart another business, yeah, no, I have nothing to do with that. So the only thing I'm tied to is your first Amazon business. I'm not tied into if you want to do this over and over again. And flipping Amazon businesses is a business in itself. All right, the Kempler files, is this dropship? Nah. So Kempler, you can drop ship on Amazon, but you have to know what you're doing. Here are the rules. If you drop ship, let's say you're drop shipping your products from Walmart. If you drop ship your products from Walmart, that's going to get you banned off of Amazon and suspended, and you'll never ever be able to sell on the platform again. And Amazon tracks everything: your social security number, your addresses, your bank accounts, your debit cards, your credit cards, your previous addresses. They track your employers, everything. So if you ever come back and try to sign up and just change information, nah, that's not going to work. They have advanced technology. They track everything. So if you want to drop ship correctly, then what you'll have to do is drop ship from providers or wholesalers or distributors or manufacturers who will deliver your Amazon products to your customers in non-discrete brown boxes with nothing on the box. So if you were dropping from Walmart, like my previous example, obviously when your products arrive to your customer, well, your Amazon customer, they're going to be in a Walmart box, that little Walmart logo. And so that's going to get you banned and suspended. So if you want to drop ship, you have to do it correct. But this is not drop ship. What we do is Amazon FBA, which stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. That means we either source products from retailers and we send those products to what's called a prep and ship center. And then they format the product correctly and box it up correctly per Amazon's terms and conditions. And then they ship it into Amazon the way Amazon wants it to be shipped in. And then the products go live on the Amazon.com marketplace website, and then they sell. And then what's left over after Amazon takes their 15% is your profit. So this is Amazon FBA. And with Amazon FBA, they will ship your products to your customer once it sells. They will handle customer support, answering all your customers' questions. And if you get it in returns, they'll handle that also. If the product is lost, stolen, or damaged in transit, they handle that also. So you have zero liability by doing Amazon FBA. Kempler files, if you were to drop ship and your product never makes it to the customer, you're responsible for that. Now you just out the cost of that product and you got to compensate that customer. So, you know, that's why we don't do no drop shipping. We only do Amazon FBA. We buy our products in advance, send them into Amazon, and let them work for us. All right, Black Chairman. Oh, okay. You were a business major in college. There you go. I like that. And I didn't finish, but we have to think outside the box. Are we allowed to get in contact with the shipper on our own side if I sell and want to start again? Absolutely. Yeah. So even if you want to just learn this whole business model from me and start your own thing, I'm non-competitive that way. I want you to succeed in every way possible. So once you completely learn the business, if you want to start teaching other people and charging them however much you think you should charge, you'll be able to do that. So I have that written into my contract. To all I need to know is that you're competent enough to be teaching this and you've made it to that point. And so you'll be able to do that. So, you know, I'm in this so I can help 100 people change their lives financially. And it's so much money out here that there's no reason to be competitive or be greedy. I'm trying to make sure everybody wins that I mentor. So yeah, salute to you, Black Chairman. you know, even though you didn't finish, you know, just having that major and that experience in college, that goes a long way. That means you're ready for this type of business and to be successful. All right, next question. And guys, we got to give a special shout out to PhillyDom. You know, he worked in the Alaska seafood industry. And, you know, I have an Amazon book publishing course also that goes along and hand in hand with this arbitrage business. And PhillyDom is almost has his book completed. So make sure you guys go check out his book. And he also has that exclusive Patreon VIP channel, you know, uh, exclusive top-notch game channel. So all the questions you've ever wanted to ask PhillyDom and all that behind-the-scenes information, make sure you grab that Patreon link and get all the way into the game. All right, and all right, I can't even say your name, but you said this is interesting, a little complicated, but interesting. Yeah, Amazon is very complicated, but that's why I'm here. That's the benefit of having somebody like myself who's already been through every scenario you can imagine. I make money on Amazon 4 or 5 different ways. So book publishing, online arbitrage, I've done retail arbitrage, I've done wholesale, and I also own private label products. So I'm a bona fide guru. I've been featured on international television. I've been doing this for 10 years. You know, I got successful clients making between $10,000 to $15,000 a month. So I can answer almost any question you have regarding Amazon. So, you know, my experience alone is going to uncomplicate things for you. And that's what you want. You don't want to buy an Amazon course and pay big money to go watch 400 videos and hope that you can figure everything out in between that. This is me showing you step by step every single day or every other day. Do this, do that, step by step, and the pieces fall in place. To give you a short synopsis or a short example, if I told you to go out and build a wall, that would sound difficult, right? And so Will Smith said that when he was a teenager, his father took him and his brother to this retail store that he had purchased. And right beside that store, they wanted to build a wall. And, you know, that summer, Will was like, man, I don't know how to build a wall. And his father said, son, we're not going to build the wall. We're going to just lay one brick at a time. And that's what they did. Every day, Will and his father and his brother would just lay one brick. And by the end of that summer, they had built the wall. Same thing with this Amazon business. Every day, I'm going to show you how to lay a brick. And you're going to look up 90 days later, and you're going to have a wall. And that money is going to be flowing in. And you're going to be sending products in. They're going to be selling. And then boom, that money comes back to you and you reinvest it and you keep growing your business until you reach a status of financial freedom. But yeah, this is complicated, but Master Wayne is here to uncomplicate it. Next. All right, PhillyDom is asking, what is the best item to sell on Amazon? So when you become one of my mentees, the first thing I do is send you over a list of the top 1,000 selling products on Amazon. That in itself is huge. Second, you'll never have to go out and look for products to sell. Every single day, Monday through Friday, I make sure all my clients get a list of 15 products per day that they could sell that are also profitable. And all they have to do is choose between those 15, or if they want to, you can buy all 15. And you'll also be eligible to sell them. So you won't have to disappoint yourself by saying, oh man, I'm not even eligible to sell that. No, I took that process out of the whole equation. And so you'll be able to sell everything, but you don't want to think in terms of what is the best item to sell on Amazon, PhillyDom. You want to think in terms of what's the best category to sell in. And the answer is household and kitchen items is the top selling category on Amazon. However, there are two categories that are actually even better than that. Even all right, now I should be back up. All right, so in terms of grocery and gourmet food and beauty and personal care, then you also want to think that those are also, not only are they replenishables, but those two categories also don't have a high rate of return, because a lot of those products Amazon doesn't allow you to return. Once you open up a beauty or personal care item, Amazon doesn't allow you to return that. Once you open up a grocery or gourmet food item, Amazon doesn't allow you to return those. So if you sell in those categories, you won't have to worry about returns. And that could be huge for your Amazon business. All right. Next question. So that's just putting you up on advanced game. Wazi, do you honestly feel like this is the best 2,500 or even 7,500 investment? Well, Wazi, hands down, the answer is hell to the yes. How many other multimillionaires do you know are willing to come back down to your level, hold your hand, and teach you their exact business model? I'm waiting for the answer, because that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I've done for the last year and a half with 88 of my clients. And right now I only have 12 spots left remaining. And then after that, I'm done. I'm going back on permanent retirement so I can chill and live my best life and be down here on the beach in Brazil looking at some of the finest women you've ever seen in your life everywhere. And so this is what I want to do, because your life is incomplete unless you give back. Anybody can become a millionaire if you put in the work and, you be consistent. But how many people obtain or achieve success and then are actually willing to come back and help people who are back on the level where they started? And the answer is not many. And what I've seen in my lifetime is when people do get, are successful in life, they do come back and help in ways. They donate to charity. They have food drives. They hand out turkeys and toys for Thanksgiving and Christmas. But that's only a limited amount of help. You don't see people coming back and saying, listen, I'm going to take 100 of you guys with me, and I'm going to hold your hand and teach you exactly what to do from step A all the way to Z to be successful. And that's why now I have 8 clients closing in on 10 clients who are all making between $10,000 and $15,000 a month, and they haven't even been doing this business for a year. So just think, right now you might be making, $4,000 or $5,000 a month working a full-time job, 40 to 60 hours a week. Whereas I'm going to mentor you now, and within the next year, before 2023 is over, Now you're going to go from making $5,000 a month to $15,000 a month. So you're going to triple your income, be able to quit your job, and then scale your business up, because $15,000 a month on Amazon is nothing. There are Amazon sellers making $1 million a month. You can go to YouTube right now and type in youngest Amazon millionaire. And at 19 years old, you're going to find that this guy in this video was making $200,000 a month. So, those are numbers that most people can't even process. So is this worth it for 2,500 and 7,500? I'm actually underselling myself because I'm actually want to help people. Earlier in this presentation, I showed you what my competition charges. They charge 18,000, but I'm not going to charge that because I really want to be able to help folks. And if I had my price at 18,000, that's going to limit the number of people I would be able to help. But good question though, Wazi. So I'm glad, you're at least cognitive enough to say, okay, is this worth it? Because if up to now, 88 of my clients, this has been worth it for them. All right, A said, might have to go over what you were saying, Master Wayne. All right, A. So you can always go back and watch this complete presentation because PhillyDom is going to post it in his channel as a recording, and that way you'll be able to digest all the information slowly. But I pretty much go through everything. All right, Black Chairman. If I want to open up a brick and mortar store, can I ship products to the store for a lower price if the price is too high for those citizens to purchase online? Kind of like export or import. Absolutely. So not only can you open up a brick and mortar store, but you could also open up your own warehouse or your own prep and ship center and have your products shipped into there. You can get on a plane. You can go to Philippines where the currency conversion is 52-1, and you can obtain the products over there for a fraction of the price, have them shipped into the United States, sell them wholesale, or put them in the retail stores, or send them into Amazon, or do a hybrid of all those things combined. So the limits to what you can do with this is pretty much limitless. You just have to find what works best for you. But Black Chairman, I see how you're thinking. I see how you're moving. You're already building out a plan in your head, and that's going to take you far in life. All right, next question. All right, Carlos, what's up, man? Carlos is in the building. The only bad thing about Master Wayne is that he is an Atlanta Falcons fan. But he's a beast with Amazon FBA. Yes, sir. So Carlos is one of my mentees. He joined probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. And this brother is fast and sharp. He is learning at an exponential rate. So, that's what I do this for, guys. I do this to, some of y'all are now like my family or like my brothers. And of course, the only thing bad about Carlos is, he's a Saints fan. So, Falcon fans and Saint fans are sworn enemies. But yeah, Mark Anthony says CEO mindset. Yeah, you got to have that CEO mindset. And when you think about it, man, you see hyperinflation everywhere. Gas prices are at an all-time high. We're in a recession that laying people off. And so if you think you have security on your 9-to-5 right now, you might be in for a rude awakening in a few more months. So you got to have something else cooking on the back burner. And, almost 50% of Amazon sellers also maintain their full-time job while they're building out their business. So this is something that you could do because it will only take you an hour a day to work your Amazon business. That's it. 1 hour per day. And that's excessive. I typically spend 15 minutes working my Amazon business. So I'll jump on my computer, analyze a couple of deals, and find a product that I like, and boom. And within 5 to 15 minutes, I could purchase that product and it's on its way to Amazon just like that. And so that's how I'm going to train you. And so this is not something where you have to sit at your computer for 2, 3, 4 hours to make this work. No, I'm lazy. And I just do everything efficiently, and I make sure that I do all my checks and balances. I close my O's, I slash my T's, and I dot my I's. So no games. I do everything just like I did in the military. So yeah, you got to have that CEO mindset. All right. But you got to get ready, guys, because so some of you know that now China, India, Brazil, and a few other countries like India have come together and they created their own little currency to compete against the US dollar. So, we don't know how that's going to go, so you got to have a backup plan and you need to put that together immediately. Don't waste any time, because when this change takes place and it starts to affect your life, at that point it's going to be too late. So you got to have money in the bank so you can make some moves, and when that ripple comes, won't knock you over. Black chairman, once I get the LLC, can I transfer that over to a trust or anonymous trust so it won't be in my name? Instead of owning, I can just control the trust. Absolutely, Black chairman. So, man, you know what? I think you did graduate, man, because you got a lot of good information in your head. So, fellas, I'm sure you heard about now the soccer player who's went viral all over the world. And basically, his wife filed for divorce, but this brother was smart enough to put all his money in his mama's name. So he was making $280,000 a week, and she thought she was getting half of that. But when she filed for divorce and they went to court, her lawyers quickly found out that he didn't have anything in his name, so he didn't own anything. He put it all in his mama's name. So that's what Black Chairman is talking about right now. Whereas you're going to create an LLC, and once you do that, you can now remove everything out of your personal name. Nothing should be under your government name. Not your house, not your car, not your credit cards, nothing. Transfer everything over to your LLC as soon as you get it created. Then you want to move your LLC over to a trust. That's going to protect your assets even more. And then from a trust, you can put it into a will or a living deed. And now all your assets are completely trusted. Completely protected and tax-free. So if you were to die and your heirs or your children wouldn't have to pay capital gains tax on the wealth that you leave behind for them. They would be able to access all that wealth, all that money without paying any taxes on it. And another thing that you could do is also called infinite banking. Get yourself permanent whole life insurance. And so everybody already knows that you can use life insurance for the death benefits. But what most people don't know is you could also use life insurance for the life benefits. So I'm putting you guys up on game right now because this is what I do. So let's say you get a permanent whole life insurance worth $1 million. Now you could borrow against that life insurance. You could pull out as much money as you put in. So let's say it's been a couple of years, you put in $500,000. You can now pull that $500,000 out, use it any way you want, and you still have $1 million death benefit life insurance policy. So when I purchased my BMW i8, that's what I did. I pulled that money out of my life insurance, paid cash for it, and then just paid my life insurance back. So I was able to purchase it tax-free. So this is what you want to do. So Black Chairman is definitely moving in the right direction. And I actually posted this information in my WhatsApp group to all my clients because, I'm steadily educating you guys on how to set up your whole life, not just an Amazon business, but, how you need to move through life. So you're going to have business credit, net 30 accounts, nothing will be in your name, and you're going to have access to millions of dollars whenever you need it. Sewer Rat is asking, is all your clients successful? The answer is no. I wish all my clients are successful, but unfortunately, I can't get on the plane and fly to my client's house and knock on their door every day and tell them to put in the work. So some clients get derailed if they lose their job, if they go through a divorce, they have a death in the family, or something else happens. They might go on vacation and come back off that vacation and just neglect to work the Amazon business again. So those are variables that I can't control. And of course, lastly, some people, their eyes are bigger than their stomach. So, they might, I want to do this Amazon business. I want to put in the work. And then something else shiny comes along and they'll go start looking at that and just forget all about the Amazon business. So, you got to be focused, you got to be persistent, and you got to put in the work. That's all you got to do. And so not all of my clients are successful, only about 35%. But that's beating the national average because the average of people who are successful when they start a business is only 10%. Black Chairman, will I be able to write off the liabilities at the end of the year for the next year, or can I hire someone to work for my business on my side, use them as a write-off? All right, Black Chairman, again, I'm glad you brought that up. So guys, sometimes I get asked, well, Wayne, what if I purchase products, send them into Amazon and they don't sell? Well, guess what? You're still not going to lose money because Master Wayne had you set up an LLC. And so now you can write off whether or not you chose plan A, the basic plan of $2,500, or whether or not you choose the exclusive VIP plan of $7,500, you can write that off as a business startup. So you get that money back on your taxes, because now you got an LLC. Now, on your inventory that doesn't sell, you get to write that off as an inventory loss. All right. And then as a LLC, you also get to write off all your business expenses. So if you take a nice little, you take your wife out on a date or your girlfriend or your side chick, and you spend $150 at the most expensive restaurant, guess what? As long as y'all talk about the Amazon business, that's now a business expense. You get to write that off. You get to write off, let's say your house is 3,000 square feet, and you use 1,500 of that square feet as that office. Now you get to write off half your house, your cell phone, your electricity, your computers, your car. All that stuff is now a business expense. You need to jump on a plane, fly to Brazil, and come speak to Master Wayne in person and train with me in person. That's a business expense. You get to write that off. So whether or not you sell your Amazon inventory or you don't, you get to write it all off as an expense or a loss, which means at the end of the day, it's impossible for you to lose money in this business because you are now set up as a complete business. And that's what businesses have the advantage of doing. Whether or not you make money or you lose money, you can write all of that off. Glad you brought that up, Black Chairman. So yeah, you can write off all those liabilities at the end of the year for your taxes. And Amazon will give you a 1099. And once you become a mentee of mine, and I push you over to the WhatsApp group with all my clients, I just posted in there a spreadsheet and a checklist of all the Amazon tax questions you've ever wanted to know but were afraid to ask. So I got you on that. Next question. All right, PhillyDom said that is the end of the questions. So I'm glad you guys tuned in tonight. Don't drag your feet. Again, there's only 12 spots left. So after those 12 slots are gone, that's it. Master Wayne's FBA arbitrage course is closing down, and me and PhillyDom going back on permanent vacation. And right now I'm about to tune out so I can see whether or not the Warriors are going to go down 3-0 or whether or not they're going to make a comeback and, at least square this thing up 2-1 in the series. So shout out to Chef Curry with the shot, and PhillyDom for making this happen. And I'm glad you guys can make it on. A lot of you had some great questions, and I know you're interested in grabbing one of those 12 slots, so don't drag your feet. And again, make sure you be looking out for PhillyDom's Alaskan seafood industry book, because this dude has put a lot of work in it. He knows that industry up and down, and he's going to get you guys right. And hit up Master Wayne. If you have any additional questions, my contact information is in the comment section. So let's get it. Let's go. It's game time. Master Wayne out.